observe or to detect. Oops, sorry. Okay, so and there will be some approaches for dark sky protections. For example, currently in Taiwan, 2 years ago, there had been an international dark sky park set up in Taiwan, Hehuan Mountain. So it's really encouraging that a lot of people engage, especially the governments, the amateur astronomers, educators, environmentalists, and the country park. The people work from country park. They are trying to build up a region to promote the astrotourism. So it's really encouraging that there had been a region for astronomical research, for outreach, for promotions, for astrophotography. Uh, so in Hong Kong currently, we do have some places we call the protected area, but we are not identified as one of the dark sky protected areas. So we have an astro park in Hong Kong, providing a lot of stargazing facilities and some ancient display for the ancient Chinese observational equipment. So some demonstration for the promotion of popular science. But there's one point for the controversy that people usually worry about. If we try to set up a dark sky protected area, would there any adverse effects which cause the people which might be crowded? Some people might not be really being aware of the light sky protections. We might cause some other issues, for example, the rubbish or some artificial lights caused by the tourists, and some different issues. So we do have, for the International Dark Sky Association (IDA), we do have some guidelines for the dark sky protections. And currently, in this one, currently we have launched a five approach for the guidelines for the dark sky protections. And please feel free to view our website for more information. And usually we consider the dark sky protections. We will make reference from the sustainability goal launched by the United Nations. And so mostly in Hong Kong, we are focusing in quality education and the partnership for the goals, and also we consider the climate actions for people. Especially we usually consider the sustainability approach, we consider the environmental protections. And so I think it's really important to waste more actions, to raise people awareness, and we form a team to protect the night sky, to promote, also provide suggestion to the governments for some further up approach. So one more idea would be the promotion of stargazing manner, especially for astronomers or people having stargazing events at the country park or at the rural areas. So it's really important to raise people awareness to do from personal behavior to make some changes. So yeah, this is the IDA Dark Sky for All, IAU Dark Sky. So in International Astronomical Union, there will be a dark skies approach to raise people. If you are interested to be an ambassador to organize some activities about dark sky protections, or if you have any approach you would like to launch, please feel free to join the IAU Dark Skies Ambassador. This is it was a project launched by the IAU 100, and to gather the advocates to co-launch some activities about the dark sky protections. So in every year, April, there will be an International Dark Sky Week to gather people to discover the nights, to share the photos about different dark sky protected region or the Milky Way galaxies. And currently we do have a photography contest. If you are interested, please feel free to engage, to share your photos about your night sky, about your stargazing experience, about your latest discovery about the constellations and Milky Way galaxies or protected area. So it would be a global event to encourage people from different countries to share or to register their events to share with people. So it's really encouraging. And more than that, if you're interested to engage in some citizen scientist projects, there will be a sky brightness monitoring network launched by the Globe at Night together to monitor the night sky. So it's really simple to take a picture of the night sky at your living area or your working area or your country or your region, and you could submit with relevance, timing, time zone, locations, and there will be a database to gather people from different countries, the actual situation of the light pollutions and the dark sky protected approach to gather people with different data. And there will be some results or some conductions for the adjustment for the approach. So it's really encouraging for the observation of night sky. So the bottle scale, for amateur astronomer, there will be a concept called the bottle scale to measure the brightness of light sky with different guidance, the level from 1 to 9, comparing the brightness of your living region or your observation region. So this is my sharing for today, and thank you everyone. And if you have any questions, any ideas, please feel free to share and to raise your question in the chat box or yeah. So this is my sharing. Thank you everyone.
Thank you very much. So our next presenter is Muhtitsik and Inktushin, the Mars V project Mongolia. The topic is Introduction of Mars V project to develop scientific research and special interest tourism in Mongolian Gobi. Please, Muhtitsik and Inktushin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Muhtitsik Basansara, the lead of research team in Mars V project under the Mongolian Aerospace Research and Science Association. First of all, I would like to express my appreciation to Dr. Tolmo and all other staff members who are organizing this workshop. Our speech will be about Mars V project, one of the main projects that displays Mongolia's science and space ambition at the international level. I would like to start from two factors which explain why Mars V project is important. From the one side, it's estimated that the world population will reach 9.6 billion in 2050 and 12.3 billion in 2100. And it causes significant risk for the humankind to face resource depletion. And on the other side, the humankind has proposed and openly declared to set foot on Mars planet and build a space settlement. And as you can see from the slide, following countries have announced Mars missions to land humans on Mars. Resulting from these two factors, we gather that in the near future, humankind will need to quickly acquire survival skills in scarce environment, improve their physical abilities, and love, cherish, and preserve their Earth. Today, we are discussing about how Mongolian Gobi can contribute to the worldwide effort of developing space and science exploration. In short, our project's Mars V's mission is to prepare an environment that is closest to Mars and train individuals to improve their mental and physical knowledge and to increase their teamwork and adaptive skills. By doing so, we can make great strides in propelling mankind's vision of reaching Mars. Within the framework of Mars V project, there are three main establishments are planned to be built in the Mongolian Gobi Desert. First project is comprehensive simulation training base for survival and adaptation. This training base enables professional astronauts and amateur tourists to attend training at a complex center with Mars-like environment, and it will have multiple facilities for training, practice, and preparation. Each facility has its own purpose in preparing people's mindset and physical knowledge to survive on Mars. There are many places preparing human resources, but from the ecosystem and landscape standpoint, the Mongolian Gobi Desert is one unique and most Mars-like environment on Earth. A second project is Space Exploration and Development Free Zone. This free zone will establish test fields and facilities for international startup companies to test their new technologies and create an integrated supply network for space technology development. In other words, there will be an economically, legally, and physically favorable environment for testing and developing new technology to colonize Mars. Third project is Satellite City for Space Development. There will definitely be a population growth following the training base and free zone establishment. Satellite City will be a hosting place for scientists, entrepreneurs, and travelers. And now I would like to talk about why the Mongolian Gobi is suitable for this Mars simulation base. The Mongolian Gobi is the fifth large desert in the world out of 24 deserts, and it's the most similar place to Mars because the temperature in the Gobi Desert reaches plus and minus 40 degrees by Celsius, which is very diverse, the closest to Mars's temperature fluctuations. And also the Gobi is not only a spatial place because of its similarities to the Martian atmosphere and landscape, there is great applicability for the Gobi, namely in terms of renewable energy. It's a place with rich resource of solar and wind renewable energy. And now I would like to invite Mr. Inhtuşan Doythu, the lead of technology team in MarsV project. He will talk about the MarsV training-based program and technology solutions.
Thank you, Mukhtasar. Hey everyone, my name is Inhtuşan Doythu. I'm the coordinator of the Academy program team and the lead of the technology team at the MarsV project. Here are some of the pictures of the Gobi that we're trying to build the base on. I would like to extend my gratitude for Dr. Tolmung and all the staff members who are organizing this workshop. I hope everybody's having a great time. Okay, so I would like to give you a brief overview of what the program is trying to achieve and what kind of programs we have come up with so far. The objective is to train professional astronauts and also tourists, especially the space enthusiasts who wish to come to a Mars-like environment and experience what the astronaut training process goes. And once we have these programs, we aim to consistently improve upon them to create better, refined, and advanced programs for professional astronauts. And we are aiming to develop this mission bank for analog stations all around the world, Mars analog stations, that are going to focus on 4 main areas. One of them is physiology, psychology, teamwork, and knowledge. And by coming to MarsV's training center and participating in the program, you'll have better survival skills in an environment with very limited resources, which is the Gobi. You'll have a base understanding of Mars, its climate, geology, how to get there, and so on. And hopefully you'll have increased interest in science, exploration, and experiments, and the willingness to study them further. There will be lots of problem-solving skills and missions in the program, and teamwork skills are also going to be very important. And by having this survival skill in an environment with scarce resources, you'll have better appreciation for sustainability. So the first program I'm going to introduce to you is the challenge course. This is by far the most difficult course for professional astronauts and also astronaut in trainings, and for people who want to really challenge themselves. The feelings you'll get from this program is a sense of achievement, success from successfully completing the course, trust in your team members, and respect for life and self-worth and so on. The skills that we're going to make you work on are teamwork skills, communication, stress management will be a big thing, and problem-solving skills. There will be 3 days of preparation and training. On the first day, there will be reception, various physical and psychological tests and role assignments. During the next 2 days, there will be trainings that will give you basic knowledge of Mars, food health and first aid trainings. Will make you do lots of physical exercises. There will be teamwork trainings, practical trainings such as spacesuit trainings, and various psychological trainings. And the 4 days of analog mission in the Gobi will include pathfinding, problem solving, maintaining the dome every day, and overcoming obstacles as a team. There will be lots of individual tasks, experiments, and emergency drills. You'll have to ration the food and so on. On the last day, we'll do physical and psychological evaluations through various tests, and there will be task evaluations, and you'll get your points for that. And on the last day, there'll be resting and sightseeing. So I would like to go through the next courses a little briefly, because the challenge course was an important one. The next one is the experience course. This is a little less challenging, and for people who want to just come to the Gobi to experience the Mars-like environment and see basically how the astronaut training process goes. There will be lots of fun activities, 2 days of training, 2 days mission, 1 day for rest and sightseeing. And the science course is going to mainly focus on experiments. There will be research in the area of geology, paleontology. We'll use telescope to study astronomy. There will be chemistry, biology, and botany. 2 days of training, 3 days mission, and the last day is for rest and sightseeing. Now, the program that we have developed right now, and that is going to be the base program for the previous 3 programs, is the beta program. We're planning to implement this program in 2021 in the Gobi. It's not going to be too challenging. There will be 2 days of training, 5 days of analog mission in the Gobi, and there will be 6 team members whose roles are the leader, doctor, microbiologist, engineer, botanist, and journalist. All right, so as the lead of the technology team at the Mars project, I would like to introduce some of the technological solutions that we have come up with, starting with the architectural solutions. The domes the participants of the academic program are going to live in is going to be composed of a habitat, which is going to be 2 floors, 72 meters squared, and there will be a greenhouse that's going to wrap around the dome. In order to be environmentally friendly, these domes are going to include the water and garbage inside themselves. So after the program, there won't be any waste on the training site. On the outside of the dome, there will be 2 airlocks on both sides of the dome. The back airlock is going to be used for emergency drills. And in the first stage of the project, we think that only 1 dome is necessary, but in later stages, we're going to build 3 or more. And another type of dome that we have come up with is the modular dome. By itself, it's only 50 meters squared, pretty small dome, but it can be used for storage and for laboratory. And these domes can also be connected together to create bigger spaces. As you can see here, on the 4 sides, you can make connections with another dome as shown here. So here we have 4 modular domes connected together to make 3 of them laboratory and 1 storage. So these can be used in various ways for various missions. Now, the spacesuit that we are developing will be composed of 6 parts. The upper body, it's going to basically cover everything from your torso to your arms. The lower body, helmet, boots, gloves, and life support system. Life support system is not going to include oxygenator and everything that's going to be needed for professional astronauts. It's going to include radio station, some cooling garments, and so on. And the spacesuit will have 3 layers. Inner garment, which is designed to keep you cool, and the inner part of the spacesuit, and the outer part of the spacesuit, which is going to be made up of Kevlar, and that will keep you safe from most of the outside environment. And you can see that we have the design laid out in 3D on the bottom here. And the rover that we're designing is going to have 3 stages. The first stage of development process is going to be used for the beta program that's going to be implemented in 2021. Right now we're at the development process, and the second stage of the rover development is going to focus on the rover design that can be used on any Mars analog stations throughout the world. And we're going to introduce these rover designs to the analog stations in USA, in Europe, in Australia, I think. And the third design, which we're planning for it to be between 2040 to 2060, is going to be the rover design that's designed for actual Mars exploration, that is designed to transport people probably from 4 to 6 people capacity. So that's it for the technological solutions. Just a brief overview of what we're doing. And by implementing this project, we hope that internationally, we're giving the world a solution to prepare the human resources for manned Mars exploration. Nationally, we're hoping to create a community with extensive survival skills and high adaptation skills. And we're hoping that the Gobi will be an international think tank for manned and unmanned future Mars exploration. And there will be employment opportunities, improved employment opportunities for scientists, engineers, and educators. So that's it for my presentation. Thank you again for the first part of the presentation. If there's any questions, we would love to answer them in the Q&A session. I'm hoping to hear lots of great presentations today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Institution. Thank you very much. Our next presenters, Pavel Nikiforov from Russia, Irkutsk Regional Astronomical Organization. Our topic is Telescopes for Siberian Villages, OAD project, and socio-economic, cultural, and environmental impact on the Siberian region. More than 1 year on the track. Please, Pavel Nikiforov.
Thank you, dear colleagues. Thank you, dear colleagues, and let me start my presentation. Thank Solomon for inviting me on this conference, on this meeting, and I would like to say the best words that I know to the previous speakers. Your presentations is very interesting and make me feel inspired about the region where we live. We are very close to the Gobi and to Mongolia. We live in the East Siberia. And I would like to present our project, which was started 2 years ago with OAD, Office of Astronomy for Development, International Astronomy Union. We've got the finance for purchasing the telescopes, and we did it. We bought the telescopes, and we experienced and we measured some improvement in socioeconomic, cultural, and environmental areas in remote areas of Siberian region. Let me make a little presentation about this. First of all, the Irkutsk Planetarium, or Planetarium of Irkutsk, is the first private-owned planetarium in Russia. So our facility, our venue was opened in 2015. It has a starry sky dome, and we show full dome shows, but the main part of our presentation is the live excursion on the sky under the dome and outside the dome in our astronomical observatory and in our outskirts where we have not so much polluted skies and we have a lot amount, very much, many, more than 200 clear sky nights per year. And we also organized the Irkutsk Region Astronomical Organization. It was founded in 2019. And this organization unites all amateur astronomers from different cities and villages of our vast Irkutsk region. So we prove our idea of spreading the telescope throughout our region by organizing and conducting the crowdfunding campaign. By this campaign, we collected 160,000 rubles. It's about 2,000 euros, and we bought 5 telescopes for this money. One person donated the same sum of money, so we end up with 10 telescopes at the first stage. And then, after this proof with the crowdfunding campaign, we applied to the International Astronomical Union, to its Department of Astronomy for Development. And we won. So we know that it's a reality. The project, which organized throughout all the world by Office of Astronomy for Development, has a very profound and long-lasting effect on the sustainability goals throughout all the world. And so we have an opportunity to prove it in our Siberian region. Thank you. Thank you, Office of Astronomy for Development, especially to Ramasamy Vingurapal, especially to Kevin Gardiner, who is the governor, who is the head of Office of Astronomy for Development in South African Republic. Before this program, we do not know any case where telescopes in public were in use. All telescopes on public disposal were not in use. They were just they were not in use. Nobody looks. We're looking through this telescopes, and we didn't find any telescopes before our project. but what happened after we disseminate telescope on the public. So in 2019, we bought 15 telescopes. By this time, we distributed to the remote villages 9 of them. It not the why not all telescopes were distributed? Because we are making some kind of competition on the right to get the telescope. You see the persons who are standing on the right side of the telescope are very proud that they got the telescope, that they got the one. It is a Dobsonian telescope, 6-inch, and it's very good for dark sky observation because it has a very good ratio. It can and the dark sky objects can be seen very clearly with these telescopes. What are the results? All telescopes are in operation. No telescopes are just not operation, and no telescopes which are not in use. 8 out of 9 recipients have founded Astro clubs for scholar people and for adults. They all are making astronomy in their remote areas. And only COVID-19 has impeded us from making the festival for telescope recipients in the previous year, and I'm afraid in this year too. And local authorities have allocated the finance for the festival. So they evaluated the impact of the tiny telescopes in their local areas, and they evaluate it as very high in public relations matter and in changing the current situation with I know occupation of population on local population, and so the local authorities support us in spreading this project throughout the region. And also on the basis of the telescope, we created the bench of other projects. One of the project is a cultural project about Buryat sky map. We recognized that the aboriginal population of the region, Buryats, used to have totally different sky map, and so we aimed to restore this sky map with the help of this project. And this project is, we will have, I think that this project will have endless perspective, and so I invite everyone, especially my Mongolian colleagues, to unite and to spread this project throughout as vast area, as wide areas that we can. Thank you, colleagues. It's the end of my presentation. I know that sustainability of the project is crucial, and we will make all our efforts to sustain the project as long as we can, and I wish it will last forever. Thank you, my colleagues.
Thank you very much, Pav Nikiforou. Thank you very much, all presenters. Now let's have group photo. Everyone, please open your camera. We will take photo.
Инх төвшөө зураг аваарай.
자,
Okay. All right. Taking a picture in 3, 2, 1. Cheese. All right.
right. Now start next section. Chair is алтан гэрэл. Please алтан гэрэл.
Асуулт хариултаа. Асуулт байна уу?
Do you have any questions? No, haven't any question.
I have one question. So for our colleague who is speaking about the Mars project, I'm wondering where and how you developed the modules that you've created and the stages for the Mars project, for the project in the Gobi, and for actually going to Mars.
For
this is
Мөнх цэцэг and инх төвшин.
yeah. If they are still here.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Kala, for the question. Just want to clarify, what do you mean by modules?
So you shared with us both the laboratory, the design that you've created, which is kind of the models that you had created, and you also offered that you had created an actual satellite model to go to Mars that would house humans on a transit to Mars. So I'm just wondering, where did you get these ideas? How did you develop them? And how you want to, where you're going with them. But I'm curious about your development of these ideas, the architectural.
That's a great question. So we are doing lots of research on international analog stations, especially Mars analog stations. There are some in the United States led by the Mars Society, and there are some in Europe, and also the United Arab Emirates. And the domes and the rovers and spacesuits that we're designing right now is especially designed for Mars analog stations. So these are not going to be used in the actual trip to Mars, but we are planning to make designs for them in the near future. So the rover design for Mars is going to be designed somewhere around 2040 until 2060, and the rover that's going to be used in Mars analog stations are being designed right now, and it'll probably be ready in 10 to 20 years, I think. The domes are really the masterpiece of our architects. There are very talented architects out there, and these are all based on research that we did on Mars analog stations around the world. Yeah.
Thank you. It's a brilliant idea for the Gobi, for developing the Gobi. I'm already gathering people in my mind to come for stargazing and to visit the Mars station. I don't know if I'll still be on this particular stage of the planet by the time you get it developed, but it's a brilliant idea. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We hope to see you at the station. I hope you'll be there.
Thank you, Intuition. Yeah, any questions, more questions?
Hi. Can
Okay.
you ask? Okay. From Agata. Okay. I have a question to the Pavel-san. Thank you for very nice presentation and very good to distribute to the telescope project. I have an interest about the human resource development to use the telescope and guide to the night sky. At that time, you distribute a telescope for each village. Did you need the training to the teacher user for this telescope?
Yes, thank you, Agata-san, for your question. And the training for these people who got the telescope is the most essential part of our project. But as I already said, the COVID-19 impeded us from making the collective training. I think the most efficient way to train people is to gather together on the horizontal meeting, and they will exchange their experiences, first of all. And after that, we as the supervisor part of the project will disseminate some ideas among them. For example, some ideas for citizen science projects that they can develop, and for research project, for networking project, and we also can show them the approaches that we used in our work in Ircus Planetarium and in Irkutsk Regional Astronomical Organization. I invite all of you to help our recipients of the telescope to take part in virtual meetings or in our astronomical festival, which I think will take place in 1922 or 1923. Thank you, Mr. Agata, once more for your question.
Thank you, Pavel-san. Good.
So I have a question for Exodus. So
Yes.
Exodus, thank you for your talk. And
The baby picture. Thank you. The baby picture of the universe. And we're able to trace this as an acoustic fluctuation, literally a sound vibration that emanated at the very beginning of our universe. And this vibration of sound has generated the baryons, which are the little particles which have given rise to structure throughout the whole of the cosmos. So essentially, we're understanding that our universe is sound. It's made of sound. The planets, the stars, the galaxies are a product of this cosmic acoustic flux. So we have the acoustic flux of the universe, we have the pulsars, the map of our universe, and the little pulses in our human bodies, all of these dynamics across scales in the universe. And we're beginning to understand the relationship between our bodies, between our cultures, our languages, and literally the vibration and song of the universe. Do you want to translate a bit?
I will translate main ideas, because
Okay.
otherwise we limited time, because most of participants, they know English. That's why I'm not worried about this. In
Okay.
any case, until this slide, I will talk about a little bit. Please go on.
Go
your
on.
previous.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the idea in acupuncture, the pulses in our feet, we're mapping them to the pulsars, to the pulse of the rhythm of our universe as we begin to understand it. We know the energy budget of our universe, mostly it's dark, mostly we don't see it. It's the vibration, it's the pulse, it's the impulse of the universe itself. Only a tiny, tiny bit of it is the matter we see. Most of it is this impulse of energy. And we know our local galaxies, the cluster here, its movement, its flux of energy, and the large scale structure of the universe, our whole local galaxy cluster is just a tiny drop. So what are we looking for with all of our telescopes? We're looking for convenings and clusters of stars out in the universe, all the culture of cosmos as it reflects through our telescopes and through our consciousness back onto the earth. We have our culture from every nation on the earth. Our cosmic dancer, our dance of the galaxies, all these different galaxies, all the shapes, the black holes in the center of our galaxies now that we have photographed, and this magnetic primordial field of energy that fills all of space. It fills our bodies. We live and move and breathe all this energy of the dynamics of space that we are mapping with our telescopes. So it's all flowing through our bodies. It's all part of what we are.
Sorry,
We have
Kala, I can translate until now because some people request very briefly. Kala Perkins in astronomy Америкийн нэртэй профессор эмэгтэй байгаа. Тэгээ Кала болохоор Альберт Эйнштейн гэж бид нар мэдж байгаа. Тэгээ Альберт Эйнштейний одоо юу хамаатан дүү гэж явдаг. Хамаатан ойрын төрөл. Тэгээ бид нэр бас Кала туршлагатай эрдэмтэн болохоор урьсан байгаа. За Калагийн гол сая хүртэл ярьсан зүйл бол орчлон ертөнцийн одоо бид нар хүний амьдрал бол орчлон ертөнцийн тусгал юм аа. Бид нар одоо од гарагсын хөдөлгөөн, тэр хар нүх, тэ галактикуудын хөдөлгөөн бүгдээрээ бол бидний амьдрал дүрслэгдэж бидний нэг хэсэг нь одоо жишээлбэл бидний одоо түрүүн хүний хөлийн уулд бол орчлон ертөнцийн бүхий л одоо map байж идэг. Жишээлбэл бид нар тэрнийхээ учрыг нь олох юм бол орчлон ертөнцийн ажиллаж байгаа гэсэн үг гэж ярьж байна. За тэгээ орчлон ертөнцийн бидний одоо хөдөлгөөнүүд, бүжгийн хөдөлгөөн бид нэр илэрхийлж байгаа юм бол од гарагийн хөдөлгөөн л гэж байдаг. Тийм учраас бид нар бол одоо од гараг орчлон ертөнцийн тусгал юм аа. Энэ дэлхий дээр бид нар бол тусгай хүн гэж байхгүй. Бид нар ямар нэгэн юмны илэрхийлэл болоод болоод байж байгаамаа гэсэн үгийг энэ хүртэл ярьж байна. Тэгээд энэ од гарагийн одоо долгионуудыг физикийн хэлээр бол төрөл бүрийн одоо долгионууд дээр хүлээж авдаг. Долгионууд дээр хүлээж авахдаа долгион болгон дээр бид нар өөр илэрхийллийг авдаг учраас энийг бол физикийн хэлээр бид нар юу гэдэг долгионы уртаар долгион өөр илэрхийлдэг учраас бид нар судалгаа хийхдээ тодорхой долгион дээр тодорхой одоо үйл хөдлөлийг илэрхийлж байна, шин чанарыг илэрхийлж байна гэж ярьдаг байна. Okay, please Kala.
Okay, thank you, Tolman. So we're looking at this infinity, Toxkolgui, across scales. It's one of the words I remember in Mongolian. The neural network of the brain, the neural network of the universe, and each in the heart, there is also a brain and the nerves and the neural network of the heart, which communicates with the brain. And all of this, we are responding to the energy of space. Okay, but we still don't know this question. What is being born and what is life? What is birth? So this is a big question still that we will maybe always be asking, what is really life? Where does life come from? The life of the stars? Is the universe alive? What is the value and how should we treasure life? We have the new birthing star nebulas, the dance of the birth of stars across scales. Excuse me for going a little quickly. I want to get to the climate music that we will explore. We have the dance of birthing of little star nebulas, new baby stars being born in the cosmos as Shiva and Shakti dance. And in the center of our galaxy, we know there is a black hole, the heartbeat of our galaxy, and all these pulsing stars. And we know that life itself, it moves through our own hearts. We feel it with the sun and the sun of the Great Mother, bringing life to our planet. We find these reiterated geometries, the heartbeat like wings in our own body with the lungs, and these huge flares from the heart of many active galaxies, these harmonics across scales in the universe. We have the families of planets, the families of all different cultures and children and beings in our world. We have water.
Kala, just wait until now. I will briefly explain. За Калагийн юунд болохоор одоо түрүүний слайдууд дээр өөхөх төрхтэй одоо starbird, star юу төгсгөл гэж ярьсан тийм ээ. За энэ болохоор бас хүний өхөл төгсгөлтэй адилхан од гаргийн үүсэл хөгжил бол яг хүний амьдралтай адилхан. Одоо жишээлбэл pulsar star гэж байгаа ингээд амьчаад ингээд зүрхний цохилт шиг одоо бид нэр одоо од гариг үүсэхдээ нөгөө яадаг бахан энэ тийм ээ үүсэж байгаа небула гэж нэрлэдэг небула манцар гэж байгаа эндээс од гариг үүсдэг тэгээ түүнтэй адилхан одоо тэр нь хол pulsar гэдэг одоо энэ яриад байгаа вэблайндууд байна л да вэблайндын долгионы уртууд дээр мэдрэгддэг түрүүн физикийн хэлээр бол төрөл бүрийн долгионы уртууд дээр энэ одоо цохилж байгаа зүрх дээр од бол үүсэж байгаа небулагийн одоо цохилж байгаа зүрх нь хүний зүрхтэй адилхан ингэж үүсдэг юм байна тэгээ тэр од гаргийн энэ амьдрал эхэлж төгсөлж байгаа хөдөлгөөнийг тэр цохилж байгаа тэр од гаригийг хүний зүрхтэй адилтгаад түүгээрээ бас нөгөө одоо бас эртээр үеэс эхлээд Shiva dance, Shakti dance гэл тэр нь болохоор нөгөө энэ од гаригийн үүсэл хөгжлийг одоо илэрхийлсэн хязгааргүй илэрхийлсэн тийм юм байна гэж ярьж байна. Тийм учраас хүн төрөлхтөн бид нар harmony гэж нь болохоор бид нар бол од гаригийн одоо нэг хэсэг нэр ертөнгийн одоо бүхэл бүтэн бүгдээрээ нэг юм аа гэдгийг илэрхийлсэн юм ярьлаа. Okay, please, Kala.
Thank you. Okay, so we also have water in our universe, all of these different levels. I don't remember water in Mongolian, but these harmonics across scales. We have the star birth, we have the galaxy in many frequencies, we have the frog going through all these different stages of life. We maybe think that life came from space with our meteorites and fell into the early waters and gave birth to all these different dynamics across scales. New baby stars, new babies, the rainbow serpent of life. And also in our own being, these same harmonics where the star creates the gathering of all of its elements, the gathering of all the virtues, and then eventually the explosion of the star of the lotus that gives birth to the seed of immortality that we have in the Buddhism, Om Mani Padme Hum, homage to the jewel in the lotus, the seed of immortality, just like the pulsing star at the core of an exploded star. You tell me when you want me to stop.
Okay, just please stop. Kala түрүүнчийнхаа юу үргэлжлүүлээд оддын амьдрал хүний амьдрал хүмүүсийн амьдрал эхэлж байгаа адилхан процесс. Одоо жишээлбэл тэр neutron star гэж байгаа. Please show neutron star. За neutron star гэж оддыг болгоод дотор нь маш олон ангилгал да. Тэгээд нэг нь шинээр үүсэж байгаа од цагаан од авраг од улаан од авраг цэнхэр од авраг тэгээд маш их хүчтэй дотгошоо их маш их энергитэй од neutron од За тэгээд энэ нейтронуудын одоо жишээлбэл тэрнээс ялгарч байгаа тэр энергийг болохоор дуудлага нь болохоор нама падмихом гэдэг нэг бидний одоо таринтай одоо адилхан ийм давтамжтайгаар аялгау гаргадаг байх нэ. Тэгээд тэгээд бас өөр шашны хэл дээр бас ингээд уншлагтайгаа яг таарад идэг гэдгийг ингээд ярьлаа. Okay, please go.
Okay. All right. Then we have our supernova. And what I'm wanting to lead us to is that all of these amazing dynamics of the universe, the Earth is reiterating with all of its creativity. So the Earth is responding to all of the beauty and the energy of space over all these billions of years with all the beautiful creativity of the Earth. In the flowers, in the trees, these are the roots of these amazing trees anchored in the soil, just like these dynamics in the universe. So Earth is reiterating the beauty and the creativity of the cosmos with each and every expression. Each culture, each species is allowing the Earth to respond to the creativity of the cosmos. So we don't know if some species is extinct. Is the music of the Earth somehow limited by that lack which we create by the extinction of species?
Okay, please stop. Thank you. За тэгээд Sakala supernova гэдэг үгтэй. Please show supernova.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. За Калагийн supernova гэдэг нь болохоор бидний одоо шинээр төрж байгаа одныг бас астрофизикийн хэлээр хэлдэг. За тэгээ энэний одоо хэлбэрүүд нь болохоор бидний амьдралтай бас ингээд одоо төрлүүд нь гэхэд бидний дэлхийд дээр байгаа одоо цэцэг навч мод ургамлын одоо төрлүүд please go next slides. Энэ олон төрлийн цэцгүүд, энэ олон төрлийн моднууд гэдэг ингээд бүх амьдрал ингээд үргэлжлээд байгаа. Энэ болохоор бидний одоо яг сансар огцрогоо дээр яг энэ процессуудтай яг адилхан. Тэгээд бидний энэ дэлхийд дээр байгаа энэ шувуу төрөл олон цэцгүүд болохоор энэ орчлон ертөнцийн ямар нэгэн мэдээ дамжуулж идэг. Тэгээд жишээлбэл одоо шууд хүртэл ямар нэгэн илэрхийлэл шувуу болгон одоо хэдэн сая төрлийн шувуу байдаг. Энэ олон шувуунууд болохоор энэ орчлон ертөнцийн бүтээл, энэ олон төрлийн цэцгүүд бол орчлон ертөнцийн бүтээл учраас бүгдээрээ нэг орчлон ертөнцийн ямар нэгэн хэлбэрийг илэрхийлж идэг байна. Одоо өөрөөр хэлбэл тэр нэг дуу аялгуугаараа ч юм уу, хэлбрээрээ ч юм уу тийм их холбоотой юм аа гэдэг жишээнүүдээр ярьж байна. Од гаргаас ахуулаад энэ дэлхийд ирэх бүтээлүүдтэй бүгднтэй нь одоо харьцуулаад тийм учраас ер нь нэг л юм гэдгийг дахин хэлээд байна. Okay, go ahead, Kala.
This is the dance of the birds, and we don't know how they make these shapes exactly. We have some idea of the aerodynamics, but we really are not sure. We don't know. But nature is reiterating the whole physics and the psyche of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Even the ancient Aboriginal people, they understood that nature is made of song lines. So we're translating our astronomy into music. This is a gamma ray burst, which they've created using different instruments, just to show how we can understand data about the universe through music. It is stop. Oops, let's go back. And then we'll go to our climate music.
Mm-hmm.
You can speak while it's going.
За тэгээ Калагийн түрүүний ярьсныг үргэлжлүүлэл одоо энэ олон шууны хэлбэр байна, аялгау байна. Энэ олон тэгээ эртний хүмүүс маань одоо энэ амьдрал болоо ерөөсөө ямар нэгэн орчлон ертөнцийн аялгаугаас бүтсэн дуу хоолой, аялгаугаас бүтсэн байхаа гэсэн таамаглалтай байдаг. Одоо жишээлбэл би гамма рей гэж ингэ ярьж байна. Гамма рей гэдэг нь болохоор тодорхой урттай физикийн долгион, макро спектрийн долгион байгаа. Тэгээ түрүүн бас хэлсэн байгаа. Спектрийн төрөл бүрийн долгион дээр од гаргийн төрөл бүрийн одоо шин чанарыг илэрхийлдэг гамма рэй гэдэг долгион дээр бид нар энэ он гарагаас ирж байгаа дуу авиаг одоо ингэж дуу авиа болгож хувирсан байна. Гэтэл бидний дуу авиаг энэ он гарагаас ирсэн дуу авиаг
Okay. So that is the gamma ray burst. Usually we have just the data that we see, but now they're translating into music and they're learning new things about the universe from the music. Maybe at the end, I will show you this. Mark Whittle, he has taken the first 100 million years of the universe and changed it into 10 seconds of sound. And it's like the cosmic DNA of our universe. We'll go there at the very end.
За тэгээд тэр гамма рэг дуу сонслоо. Тэгээ энийг сонссноос хойш бид нэр хүн төрөлхтөн дэлхий дээр байхгүй сансрын ДНА гэдгийг нээж илрүүлсэн байгаа. Тэр нь cosmic DNA гэж нэрлсэн байна.
All right, so climate change. We come to our question of the Gobi and climate change and our planet. What is it? We know the carbon dioxide is being trapped by the greenhouse and creating greenhouse gases that drive the warming of the climate. These things we've mostly as scientists, we've studied, we've understood the cycles between the sea and the weather and water. And the questions come with our Gobi. What is actually happening with this very, very subtle ecosystem? How the cycles of the wind and the dust and the gases and the ability to live in that kind of an ecosystem are being affected by climate change. And I remember once when I had just gone away, just left Mongolia, the clouds were seeded and we had a terrible storm that killed many of the animals. So we're trying to work with our climate and our climate change, but the questions continue. How can we maintain the balance in these subtle ecosystems? And there is a group, the Climate Music Project, which has created a whole development over time from about 1950s on till now, looking at if we turn the data into music, how does it become distorted by the time we reach the year 2300? I will play these for you, but at the end, so I don't jump in and off.
Okay, after your talk, I will talk a little briefly.
Okay, so also we wonder, with all the satellites that we're putting up, what are we actually doing to the ability of our Earth to respond in harmony with the universe? We know the most important things are reducing food waste, eating more plants instead of animals, educating women. These are important things. We've realized that refrigeration is one of the worst climate gases. Transportation of food from one area to another is the highest producer of greenhouse gases. So we need to grow our food locally. What does that mean for the Gobi? We have many really excellent books that approach this. Vandana Shiva, Soil, Not Oil, and Earth Democracy. What will lead us to sustainable living? And we understand now that the world is sound, so how can we bring harmony to how we live in this vast field of creative sound? I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. I know we are close to I think we've gone over the time, but I'll just share with you, the musicians have been able to understand this. Mahler said, imagine the whole universe begins to ring and resound no longer with human voices, but with revolving planets and suns. And the Sufi musician Hazrat Inayat Khan said that he had begun to understand that each soul is a musical note and all of life became for him music. So we're moving toward a new culture, a new universal culture where we can balance how we live with all of our cultures together on this earth and bring harmony and integrity to our cherishing of species, across the infinity. And we know it's possible to heal and restore the balance of harmonic relationships with humanity, the universe, and the planet, because we are this vast being made of the heart of the universe. Maitreya, the Bodhisattva, says, at the base of the entire universe, seek the heart. So this is our world, and there are treasures in space that compose all that we are and all that we're made of. And we're just on new frontiers every instant of discovering how we can have a relationship in integrity with our universe. This I will end here.
Okay, thank Carla. I just translate a little bit for rest of part. Some people required me to little bit translate. Let me to
Yes.
talk about your talk. So, Carla, yeah, it's okay. I have noticed. Carla саяхта climate change буюу дэлхийн дулаарлаг ирсэн. Дэлхийн дулаарлал цагуурын өөрчлөлт их дэлхий дээр маань их нөлөөлж байна. Тэгээд жишээлбэл ялангуяа говийн экосистем, говийн одоо салхи, говийн одоо амьтад, говийн ургамал энэ төр одоо яах ёстой юм бэ? Энд дээр зогцох уу, яах уу, өөр арга хэмжээ авах уу? Хүн төрөлхтөн энийг бол өөр шатандаа хүржээ гэж байна. Тэгээд үүнтэй холбогдуулаад амьдрахын тулд одоо зохицохын тулд одоо юу хийх хэрэгтэй вэ? Хүлэмжийг багасгах, говьд одоо яаж зохицох хэрэгтэй юм бэ гэдгийг бас бодох хэрэгтэй гэсэн санаа өгч байна. Түүнээс гадна одоо энэ дэлхийг судлах, энэ орчлон ертөнцийг судлах судалгаа маань одоо энэ хөгжмөөр илэрхийлж ямар нэгэн одоо ад гаргийг ашиглаж бидний одоо амьдралын хэмнэлийг тогтоож түрүүн хэлсэн космик ДНХ-ийг ашиглаад бид нар одоо манай их дэлхийн одоо ирээдүйн хандлагыг тодорхойлдог юм байна. Жишээлбэл одоо Music of the Spheres гэж байна. Одоо энэ бөмбөрцгийн дуу гэдэг. Энэ бөмбөрцгийн дуу болохоор 1906 онд гарч ирсэн. Энэ дууны утга агуулга нь болохоор манай энэ бидний амьдралын одоо ирээдүг одоо зөвгөнсөн тийм дуу байгаа. Тэгээ ерөнхийдөө бол одоо universal culture гэдэг үг их модонд ороод гарч ирлээ. Одоо альва нэгэн улс үндэстэн жижигхэн газар нутаг маань одоо манай соёл манай гэж ярьсан бол одоо энэ ертөнцийн соёл гэж ярьдаг тийм шатандаа ирлээ. Үүнийг илэрхийлэхийн тулд бид нар энэ ертөнцөөс орчлон ертөнцөөс сэрж байгаа энэ долгион мэдээг бол дуу авианд оруулаад аялгау болгоо тэр аялгауг тайлж унших тийм одоо universal culture гэдэг хүн орж ирлээ гэсэн үгээр дэлхийг хамгаалъя гэсэн уриатайгаар өөрийнхөө илтгэлийг дуусгаж байна. Thank you for your talk, Carla.
Thank you.
I would like to end it with only one thing here, which has now disappeared. I hope it didn't disappear completely. Here it is. So I only want to end the presentation. This is the first 100 million years of the universe. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first 100 million years of the universe in 10 seconds by Mark Whittle. And you can see the change of the frequencies. And I will just play it and you can hear what he's done.
Yeah.
The sound is not playing. You can see it changing. I wanted it.
Yes, we see change, but no voice.
Sound, yes. I don't know where the sound went. It was playing before.
Сая өөрөө дууг нь хаачих шиг болсон.
You caused your song, Carla.
I don't know.
You caused your song.
I caused it?
Yeah, now make it the right direction. Make it the right direction, your song.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, okay. Voila.
За энэ Карлагийн үзүүлж байгаа юм нь болохоор 100 одоо гэрлийн жилдэх PC гэж байгаа. За тэгээ ер нь болохоор энэ богинохон хугацаанд орчлон ертөнцийн одоо ирж байгаа дуу аваа энэ яаж өөрчлөгдөж ийн гэдгийг болохоор нэг X-ray гэдэг X-ray гэдэг бидний одоо нөгөө цээлний зураг авахулдаг долгион байдаг шүү дээ. Тэр долгион дээр тааруулаад хүлээж аваад тэр дуугаа ингээд илэрхийлсэн тийм одоо орчлын ертөнцийн мессеж байна биднэрт зориулсан. Энийг ингээд тайлж унших юм бол бид нар одоо өөрийнхөө нууцыг улам олох юм гэсэн санааг илэрхийлж байна.
Now you can tell everyone that you heard the first 100 million years of the universe in 10 seconds today.
100 million year тийм 100 мянган жилийн ертөнцийн одоо дуу чинь 100 мянган жилдэх одоо ертөнцийн дуу.
Thank you. Ayatla.
Thank you for your interesting presentation, Kala Perkan and Salmon. I will kindly ask you to keep your presentation within the time limit. Our next speaker, Professor Saranjitsik from Mongolia. The topic of her presentation is My Dear Gobi. Is here. Is Professor Saranjitsik here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Маш сайхан уулзалтыг зохион байгуулж байгаа та бүхэндээ бүгдээрэнд нь баярлалаа. Ялангуяа my special thanks goes to Miss Kala. Би маш их баяртай байна. Энэ дэлхий дээр ингээд ийм гоё сэтгэдэг, ийм гоё юмыг хийдэг. Одоо би уг нь энд My Dear Gobi гэдэг энэ дээр яриан дээр угаасаа бэлдэж ирсэн. Тэгээд миний бэлдсэн юм баргалжил Кала ингээ бүгдийн сайхан яриад өгчлөө зургийг үзүүлээд. Тэгэхээр зэрэг би та бүхэндээ маш их талархаж байна. Зүгээр би бол өөрөө эмч хүн байгаа юм. Тий, I'm medical doctor. Тэгээд няра хүүхдийн эмч ингээд юм pediatrician гэхдээ бүр дөнгөж төрсэн няра хүүхдийн эмч юм хүн байгаа юм. Тэгээд яг өөрөө бол багасаа ч гэдэм үү төрөлхөөсөө ингээд нөгөө нэг сансар огторгоо тэнгэр өөд их тэмүүлж өссөн хүүхдэлтэй. Ингэвшөө би ингээд зогсоод ах уу чи яриад байсан чи орчуулах уу? Би хүлээж
энэ дээр орчуулчих уу? Yeah, so Dr. Saran says that she's very happy that there are such creative and such great minds in the world, such as Kala, to talk about amazing things like that. And she has a presentation called My Dear Gobi prepared, but Kala pretty much covered everything in that presentation. And Saran is a doctor, especially a baby doctor.
Medical doctor, pediatrician.
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Тэгээд одоо би бид нар ингээд энэ манай дэлхийн амьдралыг болвол ингээд хүн төрлөختний ухаантай, сэргэлэн, сайхан сэтгэлтэй амьдралыг хайрладаг, амьдрал гэж юмыг хайрладаг тийм хүмүүс авч явдаг гэж боддгийн.
Та жоо явж тэгээд
тэгээд англи дээр нөгөө God гэж нэг үг байдаг тийм ээ. God, God гэсэн үсэгтэй, гурван үсэгтэй. Тэгэхээр зэрэг G stands for generator, O stands for operator, D stands for destroyer. Ингээд яг ийм тэр англи дээр гурван үсгэн дээр гаргасан G гэдэг нь болохоор зэрэг үүсгэгч, бий болгогч тийм ээ. O гэдэг нь болохоор удирдагч, зохицуулагч, D болохоор distractor, устгагч гэсэн ийм юмны энэ гурван үсгэн дээр зүгээр л энэ санамсаргүй тохиолдол байж болно л доо тийм ээ. God гэдэг гурван үсгэнд орж байгаа тэр гурван үсгэнд өгсөн нэрийн дагуу энэ амьдрал өөрөө тэр чигээрээ явагддаг гэж би боддгийн. Тэгээд бид нар бол одоо яг энэ God гэдгийн алин дээр нь явж байгаа гэхэлэр яг одоо бид нар бол яг энэ нэрийн үедээ O дээр нь явж байгаа гэж бодож байгаа. Тийм бид нар энэ сансар огторгүйг, хүний амьдралыг, хүний сэтгэлийг, хүний одоо ахуй орчныг, дэлхийн ертөнцийг, нар сар гаригуудыг ингээд бид нар яаж одоо энэ байсан хэлбэрээр нь яг уу байсан хэлбэр дотор нь оршиж амьдарч байгаа мөртлөө энэний гарал үүсэл нь юу юм бэ? Ямар учиртай юм бэ? Би хин юм бэ? Who am I? Тийм ээ? Тэгээд энэ амьдрал what is life гэл ингээд бүх юмнуудыг ингээд судалдаг. Энэ бид нэр одоогор бол би энэ өө гэдэг юм дээр нь явж байгаа гэж боддtiin. Тэр энд ер нь бол яадгүй гэхээр хүний нэг л юм том consciousness гэдэг нэг л их том юм байгаа шүү дээ. Тэр чинь бол бурхан шашин шүтдэг хүмүүс нь бурхан гэд хэлчихээ. Зүгээр эрдэмтэнгүүд нь болохоор energy waves гэл ингээл янз янзаар ингээл нэрлэлцэн амьдралын их үүсгэрийн энерги гэд нэрлэлцэн зүгээр жирийн хүмүүс бид нарт бол энэ ерөөсөө хайр гэдэг love гэдэг ганцхан үгээр илэрхийлэгддэг. Тэгээ энэ юмн дээр энэ одоо сая Кала хэллээ шүү дээ. Юу гэж хэлсэн гэхээр ийм олон гоё wavesнүүд байдаг. Ингээд тэр wave-нүүд ингээд яг ингээд зөв ингээд хэмжээгдэх түүндээ зөв ингээд байж ах хугацаанд бол энэ ямарваа нэгэн зүйлс ингээд орших юм хандлагатай оршиж зохицож бий болоход оршин тогтноход түмэн зүйлийн үйл ажиллагаа болж иж ингээд нэг амьдрал гэдэг нэртэй юм ингээд үүсэн тогтнож байгаа. Гэтэл бидний энэ дотор ингээд наривчлаад ингээд үзэхлээр зэрэг бид нар бас нөгөө энтропигийн хууль гэдгийг бас сайн мэднэ. Физикийн хичээл дээрээс бид нар энийг ойлгож ирсэн тийм ээ. Энтропигийн хууль гэдэг нь юу илээ гэхээр зүгээр ингээд жирийн физикч биш хүмүүс бидний ойлголтоор бол энэ маань юу илээ гэхээр ямарваа нэг юм зүйл эхлээд үүсдэг, маш гоёор хөгждөг, цэцгэлдэг, ингээд том болдог. Тэгжээс нам маш гоё хөгжил цэцгэлтэндээ хүрснийхаа дараа буурдаг ийм хуультай тийм ээ. Тэгэхээр миний бодлоор бол яадгүй гэхээр зэрэг бид нар яг л одоо энэ
энэ дээр ер нь нэлээ явчлаа.